Oh, I'm live. Just like that. Just like that, I'm live. Are you allowed to say just like that? I can't remember whether that's a good person or a bad person now. Tommy Cooper, no, he was all right, wasn't he? He was fine. Oh dear, it's so difficult. You're not allowed to do impressions of anybody. Well, you're allowed to do whatever you want. I'll stop talking and go away and come back later. Hi, Stephen Bennett. As usual, I've started my live stream with a complete load of twaddle. Good morning, you. Good morning, Lark Trading, Laurel Dudbridge, Falling on a Bruise, Scooby Shaggy. Good morning, everybody. How are we all? How the devil are you? I don't know if you can see the little note that I put up at the beginning of the chat. I'm going to copy and paste it every now and again, so please don't get sick of hearing me say this. But as new people come in, I'm just going to copy and paste that so that they know what's happening. Good morning, Dave by Glamour. Good morning, Carrie, Amy, Catherine. Good morning, Lobster Pot. Nice to see you all. Oh, thank you, Lobster Pot. It was I coloured it yesterday and straightened it, and I've managed to not get it too wet this morning, so it's a bit of a win. Scooby Shaggy's still in bed. Fandria's knackered. Stephen Tell today, too much rain, sad face. Very lucky, as I said before, one of mine is indoors, and that's the one that keeps on going regardless. I don't know why they don't hold it there on a Saturday as well. I think they'd make an absolute mint, because they're only on Sunday. So I overslept. I had massive plans to get up and out early today. It's not your first time catching me live, Brian, you liar, but good morning anyway. Massive plans to get up, get out early, get back. I didn't want to be on air at 11 o'clock because it feels a bit weird. But as it happens, this is what time I've got back, so I will be probably on air at 11 o'clock. So there we go. That's how it is. Good morning, Michaela. Good morning, Lolly and Lisa and Karen. I'm very well, Karen. Thank you. So yeah, overslept because Natalie got in at like 4 a.m. or some ridiculous time and came in for a chat. To tell me why she'd not got in until 4 a.m. And then I was awake for a while. So when I did get back to sleep, I stayed asleep far too long. Chris is just getting ready to go out to do some filming for the new Gerard Johnson cut film coming out soon. Oh, that's exciting. Morning, Heather and Thailand Howen. That's exciting, Chris. Are you is it a speaking part or an extra? I know you do some extra work, but I don't know whether you've also moved up to the bit where you start being credited. I don't know. What's it credited, isn't it? When you get a speaking part, you get credited. Sometimes you get credited if you're a corpse as well, don't you? Don't know. Okay, so I've got Brian and Karen in there as my spanners, which is great. I may need you later on. I don't know. Hopefully I won't. Hopefully, there'll be no problems, but who knows? Good morning, Donna. Donna missed the car boot due to having leash hits. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Donna. Thank you for sharing. It's lovely. I mean, don't share that. Keep that to yourself. But I'm very sorry. I hope you feel better soon. Take some Imodium. Super Saver Dev says no car boots now here in Sussex, and Chris says the film is called Muscle, but no, I'm in the background. I'm in a swinging scene. Are you now? And for some reason they thought that's Chris Gotts. That's the man we need for that. Not saying anything more. Dave says, can I ask what the 11 a.m. thing is about? It's something happened in England. Today is the centenary. It's Armistice Sunday, which is the 11th of November. That is the day that we recognise and do a 2-minute silence for the fallen in the two world wars and in every other conflict ever since. And I'm sure that you have it in Ireland, but perhaps I didn't make it clear enough in my cut and paste what I was talking about. So I will be observing my 2-minute silence at 11 o'clock. And it did not happen in England. It happened everywhere. The two world wars were all over the place. So, oh, there you go. Super Saver Dabs is there. Also an extra in the same film. There we go. And Brian, you are not in the swinging scene as well. I mean, you may be, but not in the same one as Chris Gotts. Good morning, Caroline. Thank you. That's very nice of you to say that. I was just saying, I coloured it yesterday and straightened it and managed not to get it too wet this morning. So it's looking all right. But you look at me tonight and it'll look like shite again. Carrie says, did you need stock from the car boot colour? I know you have a lot of stuff at the moment. I did not need stock. But FOMO, fear of missing out, got to go. And also, I have a lot of clothing, but I get very bored listing clothing. So I always want to go and buy other stuff to, keep the interest going. Gashead says, good morning, Carla. I did not see you there this morning. I was there early. That's why you did not see me. Gashead, I overslept. Good morning, Mel from Sparrow's End. So yeah, nice to see you all. And I'm going to show you what I got. Oh, Dave says, oh yes, I wasn't sure what was happening from that. I'm way out of touch with that stuff. Good morning, Mandy Michelle. Did I, as opposed to different, did I say Caroline, Miss M? Well, I just read your name, you see. I just read your name. Good morning, Caroline, Mrs. M. There's lots of Mrs. M's. You are not the only Mrs. M in my life. You might be. I don't know. I'm going to spend some time now thinking about whether I have other Mrs. M's. Good morning, Curses, Curiosities. Maybe you should Mrs. M, my favourite Mrs. M. Okay, let me show you this first. I got this massive coat. This is an Essence, which is kind of almost vintage Evans, not quite vintage, but fairly old. It's a size 18 to 20. It's 10% cashmere, 70 wool, 20% polyamide, and 10% cashmere with a fur trim, 18 to 20. It's a really nice coat. If there were less of me, I'd wear it. However, there is about twice as much of me as is required to wear this coat. It smells a bit stored, not Fausty as such, but a bit like been put away for a while. Good morning, Peter. Lisa's got car boot envy. Caroline says, I won't tell my husband that. I put the fear of God into it if he thought there was more than one of me. Tell him we've cloned you and watch him cry. Kirsten says, I might change my channel name to Mrs. Hinch or get more followers. She'd probably sue you. She's probably got a team of people now working behind the scenes to protect her interests. And if she sued you, think how much more money she could spend on dusters called David or something. Very odd. I find it all very odd. I find obsessive cleaning very odd, but also getting excited about hanging your dusters up on hooks is odd. It's fake fur, Brian. Fake fur. I got a window wizard for £1. I bought one of these the other week, so this will be a simple, quantity 2 to the listing now. So this is a single glazing. The double glazing ones are much better, but even so. Karen says, my little sister Mel is 35 today. I feel so old. We are old, Karen. We are old, Father William, and something. I can't remember the rest of that. Look at Lobster Pot protecting her in case she gets sued. The chemicals that woman promotes, yeah. Dave says, I've used Astonish to clean for years, like she's nothing special. Yeah, like I said, I don't hate her, but I don't understand it. I find it very puzzling. And, yeah, very, very, very odd. I mean, I'd love to have a clean house, but I don't want to be the one that does it. Unless I've had some floor in my cupboard doing nothing for about 5 years. It lasts well. Good morning, Lex. Yes, please, Carrie, yes. I'm going to put a video out about the Secret Santa some point this week. Honestly, I am, I promise. So I bought a Sysys TravelMate 2 chess computer. I paid £2. I have no idea whether it's worth it. Some chess computers go well. This one's got its booklet, but somebody's screwed its booklet up and used it for Christmas decorations, I think. So no idea whether it was a good investment or not, but for £2 you just have a punt though. All the pieces are there, which is always important. I have learned never buy a chess set at the car boot sale without opening it and counting the bloody pieces. You would think I'd learned that earlier on, but I have had to learn that over some considerable time. I have made the same mistake several times. Can't get the box open now. Brian, she is not dear, sweet, innocent Lex. Lex says, morning, if I've missed everything, would you mind starting again, Tar? I would mind starting again. I would mind it. So that was £2. So far, what have I spent? £3.50, £4.50, £5.50. £5.50, that's not bad, is it? That's not too bad. Anybody know what that is? I know what it is, but do you guys know what it is? There will be no prize for the correct answer. Catherine says she just emptied her cottage, her French cottage, found cleaning things that were there when I bought it over 20 years ago. Good morning, Michaela. Oh, I've said good morning to Michaela already. Good morning, man of 5 sons. I think I might be repeating myself now. Yeah. People and I talking about Mrs. Hinch. Good morning, Cat Swants. So, anyone for this? Anyone know? It's got a little standy bit. It does little standy things. Do we know? Shall I give you a clue? I've got more. It is napkin rings. I've got 5 of them in total. I paid £2, which may well be far more than I should have paid. I've got 5, but I can only find 4 at the moment. It is not, Chris Scott. It is absolutely not. You wouldn't want a China one with a little stand, would you? You just wouldn't. So, 4. And the reason I bought them is because they are Eternal Bow. Can you see that? They're the Eternal Bow pattern. £2 might still be too much for those, but hell, I've got a lot of other Eternal Bow stuff that I'm not selling, so I might as well add to it. Morning, Welsh Wonders. But yeah, I've definitely got 5. I just don't know where the other one is. Oh, bear with me. He's gone out without his keys to walk the dogs, and now he can't get back in. I'll be back. Talk nicely amongst yourselves. Oh, sorry about that, people. I'm all out of puff now. Who's come in while I wasn't looking? Oh, right. Polly's come in. Good morning, Polly. Sorry, I'm all out of puff now. I don't know what I've missed. Morning, Paula. Oh. Okay. So I was on napkin rings, wasn't I? I don't know whether they're worth anything, the Eternal Bow napkin rings. I have a lot of Eternal Bow china. Sooner or later, I'll be able to fill the damn house up and sell it all as one go. Proper out of puff now, running up and down the stairs. Okay. I also got a pair of deeply unpleasant Bowden corduroy trousers. Extremely short leg. I'm starting to think they might be a crop. A wide leg crop, which is a thing that shouldn't be allowed, in my opinion. Good morning, Julie. People still talk about Mrs. Hinch. Don't mind me, you just talk about somebody else on my channel. 70 centimetres, which is only a 28-inch leg. That's a very short leg, isn't it? 28. 28-inch leg? Has anybody got 28-inch legs out there? But anyway, they're Bowden. They're a jumbo cord. They were £1. Obviously don't need more clothing stock. Obviously. Oh, Carmen's a 27-inch leg. Well, if you let me know if you want a pair of wide leg jumbo cord Bowdens, Carmen, because they'll be great. They'll be great with boots. Carolyn says, I bought those exact trousers in grey this week. For yourself or for resale? Because I don't see you in a grey jumbo cord somehow, Caroline. I don't wish to cast aspersions on your choice of fashion, but it's not something I see you in. Lex says, oh, Elaine's in. Elaine, have I said good morning to you? I'm sorry if I haven't. Good morning, Elaine. Lex says, bad thing, burnt my bacon. Good thing, selling some of my fat clothes because they're too big. Today will be good. What, just by burning your bacon, you've managed to lose weight? I should burn more things. They said they'd be like shorts on me. Oh, okay. I feel better now, Caroline. That was a bit kind of like Caroline is at the forefront of fashion, and she always looks nice. And if she thinks grey jumbo cords are the way forward, I am not the one to argue, but I am somewhat surprised. Oh, dear. I'm sorry, Elaine. I haven't deliberately ignored you. I've been running up and down the stairs letting the flipping dog in. Right, Elaine's got short legs. She's only 4 foot. Why are people 4'11"? Did you just stop? Did you just get bored and stop? What else have I ignored, Elaine? I'm going back up. It's not deliberate. It's not deliberate. Catasance also doesn't have a car boot going all the way back up. People are talking about Mrs. Hinch. Mrs. Hinch, are you sure? No, that's Brian. Elaine, I cannot find 3 comments. Are you sure you're not just, winding me up now? Oh, Elaine is fascinated by the cleaning, loves looking at homes, but where do they put their drying clothes and their maid and their coats, etc.? I think they put it all in cupboards. I think they hide it all away behind closed doors. And I do wonder if they have the kind of cupboards, like a Monica cupboard. Do you remember the Monica cupboard in Friends? Where she opened the cupboard of shame in the hallway. Nobody was allowed to open it. I think that's it. All these excessively clean households that must have loads of Monica cupboards. No, Karen doesn't want the jumbo cords, just as well, because according to Mrs. M, jumbo cords are fucking hideous. I'm going to sneeze. I can feel the sneeze coming. Julie Hiddle says, Mrs. M, you're too posh to swear. She's foul-mouthed. She's like a navvy, Julie. You wouldn't believe. Honestly, the air is blue. It's embarrassing. I can't take her in churches. Why would I be taking her churches? If I wanted to, I couldn't. She's still watching. She's there. She's still there. Oh, dear. Okay, I got 2 pairs of jeans. I don't buy jeans. I don't like selling jeans. They do my head in. But they are Levi 501s, and I thought it was silly not to when they were 50p each. They are a pale blue. Does anybody still wear Levi 501s? I mean, we used to call this a bleach wash, I think. I don't know if that's too pale. It's not a stone wash. I don't know. But they're two identical pairs, and they were 50 pence a pair. They've got a little bit of ankle wear there. It's ankle hem seam edge trim thing. 50p. 50p. You don't leave Levi 501s behind at 50p, do you? Even if you don't need an awful lot of clothing stock, because you've got an awful lot of clothing stock already. Oh, Kirsten says her being found out is a sign of intelligence, and further she's got, I hope so, because she swears a lot. Yeah, Peter Ray says, I've got a pair of bleach wash men's jeans in my slim size. That's it. I think slim legs are very in at the moment, aren't they? Skinny legs. But, Polly reckons £20 each. Cool. That's good. 50p. 50p into 20 quid. I'll take that. Brian says it's minus 5.5 Celsius here. I don't know what that is in real money. And I have a flight to leave for in 3 hours, dreading this red-eye flight. Someone end me. Where are you flying to, Brian? Are you going to LA? Because it'd be warmer there, wouldn't it? I know you go to LA a bit. Don't go anywhere cold. That's my advice. When you get to the airport, check where's warmest and go there. I'm very helpful. Oh, okay. So Karen says, hubby did not like my he carries the bags comments on the live on Friday. He said, is that all I am to you? I think there's been a bit of a disruption in the Hills household as well. Andrea's been backpedaling very, very quickly. Apparently, all the men related to all the women who were in the Reselling Ladies live chat on Friday are lovely, very supportive, and very hardworking. And that's the official statement. Good morning, Tap Doctor. I emailed you yesterday, I think. You might have replied, in fairness. I haven't checked my email this morning. Brian says you're heading out to California for a week. It'd be much warmer for sure. Let's hope so. Eh? If you get there and it's less than minus 5.5, there's something horrible going on. These two were £1 each. This is Heather might know whether I've done any good here. This is the Wicca pack, Weaving Magic into Your Life. Contains the Wicca book and set of divinatory cards. Divinatory, is that how I pronounce it? Divinatory, that's how I pronounce it, isn't it? They're all there, I believe. So that was a £1. Caroline says, my husband has literally never watched one of my videos, so wouldn't have a clue what I say about him. That's the ideal blackmail for me. I can tell him. I can threaten to you that I will tell him what you've said. And then I've got another tarot set, which is the Angel Oracle, Ambika Wouters. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing her, bless her. And that was £1. So these are in beautiful condition. This person had an entire box of alternative lifestyle things, crystal books and all sorts of things like that, but these were the only two that I particularly wanted. Ingrid Troutman, Carlo, are you a targeted individual? I do not know what that means, and so I assume I am not. I buy things to resell, not because I necessarily know about them. Welsh Wonder says, when the wife is in sourcing mode, I'm nothing but a human forklift. Yes, Donna, it is still available. It's on Karen Sells Clothes channel. Hopefully somebody will pop a link in for you. Yeah, Karen Sells Clothes channel for Friday, but it's going to move to a different channel each week, apparently. Mel says, sorry, it's shot up a bit. Thank you, Julie. Heather says it's a good Wicca gift set, but it looks like kind of beginners. Okay. Lisa's done well with tarot cards, hasn't found any for a week. Catherine sold some for 75 quid last month. That was a good set. Mel says, my other half has not the tiniest bit of interest in what I do online. He has no social media accounts. He's either a dinosaur or a genius. Oh, yeah, there's Karen. There's Karen telling you now. Karen, stick a link in if you can, love. I don't know if you can put links in the chat. Excellent. Thank you, guys. I'm not sure. I have no idea what's going on. No idea. Yeah. Thank you, Ian, for that. I have not seen your comment on Lexi's video. We'll go and have a look, though. We'll go and have a look. I got a Muzzy for £1. Now, I know Muzzy is expensive. I know it sells well. I think this has got one disc missing. At least there is one space. So, assuming if there is a space, then there would have been something in the space originally. And I do not know if the disc that is missing is important without searching through properly. But it's Muzzy French. I've got parts 1 to 3 and parts 4 to 6. I've got vocabulary builder, I've got English bit, and then at the back there's Muzzy at the Seaside, and then there's a space. And I'm assuming originally something would have lived in the space. But without going through the book, I don't know. But I'm fairly sure that for £1, there's money in Muzzy. I'm sure there is. I know you can sell that. Thank you, Karen, for putting that link in. Peter Ray says, my car boot cancelled today. There's too much rain. Hoping to go charity shop tomorrow. Yeah, I can see that link, Karen, so I'm assuming other people can as well, yeah. Good morning, Claire and Chris, and Chris has got the link there. Caroline says, Karen makes and resells Fisher. Ashley is supportive of reselling, but not keen on YouTube. I understand I've made some bad choices in the past. Good morning, Andrea. Okay. Sorry for the pause. Just, yeah. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds. Oh, God. Okay. But, sorry. Brian says, I have a lunch meeting beachside in less than 8 hours. The only thing keeping me from staying in bed. And Karen says her husband also doesn't do any social media, so she can say what I like, where I like. It's just sod's law, isn't it, Catherine? Just sod's law, that is. Okay. I got these as well. These are the Tomy little egg things. Now, I'm sure that I've seen somebody resell these, although I'm blowed if I can remember who. But every time I've seen a set before, there's been one missing. So they're kind of like little shaped sort of eggs. And there's a little chick in each one that makes a noise when you bop him. They all make different noises. You can hear them now, but not see them, can't you? Because I put them too low. I need to alter this webcam a bit, but then when I alter it, I lose myself. I don't know. But yeah, so they were 50p. Pleased with that. Pleased with that for 50p. Doing a very bad stacking job as usual. I paid £1 for this one. This is a scientific calculator, and some of them have value. I have no idea if this is ones that has value or not. But it's in a flip-top lid, which was unusual because normally they have a slide-off lid. It's a Casio FX82LB, and it has its little instruction booklet in there, which I thought was a bit of a win. So yeah, I said no idea any value of that or not. But dear, oh dear. I think I might just extra spanner some extra people. Bear with me a second. I know you guys are dealing fine, but I'm pixelating. Why am I pixelating? If the chat would slow down, it'd be a lot easier to... I'm just chucking a few extra spanners in because you never know when they might be necessary, do you? Okay, I'm quite well spanned up, though. I've got quite a lot of you out there, so thank you, guys. I appreciate your help. Yeah, so I have no idea whether this has any value or not, which is generally the way that it works with what I buy. No idea whether it's worth it. Good morning, Mags. Yeah, I don't know why I'm pixelating. I wonder if that's because I moved the camera. I wasn't pixelating before, was I? Maybe I upset the camera. Is it okay now? Welsh Wonder says, wonder why the flood of cabbages today. It's obviously just a very vegetable day. And there's another one. Okay, somebody give that one a bop as well then, thank you. Okay, we're going to ignore the idiots because that's what they deserve. I bought myself some Christmas cards because I liked them. They are the Born to Shop Christmas cards. One side is Born to Shop, Forced to Cook Christmas Dinner, and the other one is Christmas is Time for Goodwill, not Goodwill Power. They were 50p, so I won't have to buy any Christmas cards now. Good morning, Pound Girl. Woo says the pile in the cupboard behind you looks precarious. I'm not touching that. That's bare. Yeah. Everything else in there is quite safe, but if that does fall, it's only the cardboard boxes that will go. Everything else is quite nicely wedged in and Tetrised in there. It's just the cardboard boxes that are a bit wobbly. Brian says, oh dear, DBG is a mod now. Sheesh, just anyone gets the privilege these days. Dishing out privileges right, left, and centre. Oh, there's another napkin ring. I told you I had 5. It just sunk to the bottom. So 5 of them, they were £2. I've lost track of what I spent again now. Not very much. £3.50, £4.50, £5.50, £5.50, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.50, 11, 12, £12.50 I think we're on. £12.50. Is this woman a hoarder? Yes. In fairness, I see that you've told about, but yes, perhaps I am. I'm not a hoarder. I am a reseller. I do not wish to keep all this stuff. Welsh Wonder says it looks like my 7-year-old version of Tidy. It also looks like my Tat Cage version of Tidy. I know where everything is. I do not know where everything is. I bought this mug. This is a Rennie Mackintosh design mug. Glen Eagles of Edinburgh, teeth, fine bone china, absolutely minging inside. That's going to require some bleaching, but I really did like the Rennie Mackintosh pattern on it, and I don't know if it's got any resale or not, and I don't need any mugs in my own home, but it was nice, so I bought it. I will sell it. It'll go. Good morning, Carmel. We've just given your daughter privileges, so you know she's cocking herself around the place now, feeling like the big balls. Pound Girl says, I'm really, really hungover today. First drink in nearly 6 months. Nearly killed me with cocktails. Brian says that would be a channel. A proud hoarder coming on each week to show her new additions and wedging it into little sections here and there. Carmel says, oh, don't give her a big head. I'm nearly done with my haul. Nearly done. I got a Rubik's Cube for 10p. 10p for a Rubik's Cube. 50p for the mug, 10p for Rubik's. Everything's wet, by the way, because these were outside stores. I do think people are super brave if they go to a car boot sale in the rain and do an outside store. Super brave or super crazy, I'm not sure which. So yeah, but that's a genuine Rubik's Cube with the Rubik's logo in the center square there. So I don't know if that's making, probably makes no difference whatsoever. It's absolutely astonishing, this, isn't it? It's funny, I don't know why some weeks are more than others. I have no idea why some weeks are worse than others for that for this particular phenomenon. This is the last one. These were 50p. They are from Simply Be. And they are a pair of blue collared shoe boots. I don't think they've been worn. I mean, well, maybe there's not. Yeah, a tiny little bit of dirt on the sole, so maybe worn a couple of times, but certainly not worn a great deal. They smell really new. Like really, really new shoes. A spanner is a mod, yes. Because they get a little spanner next to them. Kirsten says, that's my shop. It's just my stuff piled up. People are out to buy, so I have space to buy more. I don't think there is any money in Rubik's Cubes, so I didn't buy it specifically to resell. I bought it with a friend in mind. I know that if you buy them in packaging, if they're new in their packaging, then are lots of the Rubik's puzzles there's money in, but just buy random ones like I've just bought, probably not. So please don't run out and go, look, there's a Rubik's Cube, I'll buy it. New ones in the packaging always sell. And not just the cubes, the other puzzles as well. But this, not an investment. Yes, Peter, today of all days, yeah. But yeah, these are quite nice, aren't they? Quite like those. I don't think they're my size. Simply Be, I think, are a wide fit shoe as well. I can't see what size they are. Maybe it's on the box. They're weird. They're weird. They're weird. They are an 8EEE, so they are my size. Because I've got a wide foot on account of having a wide body. These things go together. Like shoe up, shoe waddy waddy, yippity dingy dong. So yeah, I might try those on. And if they fit me, I might keep those. 50p. 50p for a pair of almost new boots. Why wouldn't you? Julie just says, good morning, trying to airplay you to the TV as it will kick my son off his Xbox, making me unpopular with your son. Thank you. I've no idea what this meat chat's all about. No idea what you lot are chatting about with your meat in the comments. I also got another item which I'm not showing you because I bought it for a friend towards her Christmas present, but it was £2. So I'm not showing you because I don't think she watches, but you never know, she might, and that would be upsetting, wouldn't it? Lex says, I'd buy anything for 50p. You really would as well. Anything at all. Lex, you would have loved the car boot this morning. So much Christmas tat. So much. You would have been in your element. See, I don't think I've spent very much, have I? I think we've established £3.50, £4.50, £5.50, £6.50, £7.50, £8, £9, £10, £11, £11.50, £13.50, £14, £14.50, £16.50, £16.50, and that includes something that was for a friend for Christmas. So, yeah, I haven't spent a great deal. I haven't bought a great deal. I am trying not to buy too much, simply because there isn't anywhere for it to go. So yeah, I've a few bits of clothing and a few bits of odd bods just to keep things fresh. Like I said, if I'm just listing clothing, I get very, very bored. Lex says, Carla, there's an undercover extravaganza in a place called Reola, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. About half an hour from me. It's awesome. What kind of undercover extravaganza, Lex? Like a buying old tat extravaganza, or something odd that you're into? I am impressed with all the fast clicking. You've all done fantastically well. I'm so pleased with you all. So that sounds really patronising. So grateful to you all is what I meant. Not so pleased. I'm very pleased with you all. Well done. I meant grateful. Good morning, Adrian. Welsh Wonder says 20p is the golden number. I'd buy any old junk at that price. I must admit, when you see one of those boxes and it's like everything near 20p or 5 for £1, I'm like, oh, there must be something in there. Paula says, Carla, you can't have much more space left. Any is the phrase you're looking for. I can't have any more space left. I'm working on getting some of it moving on as fast as possible. There's some loft space left that is not as organized as it should be and is not working. The space is not working as well as it should. So if I get up there and sort that, I'll have more space. But it's just such a horrible blare job. But yeah, these are rammed. There's no room in any of these. This has got out of control completely. I have got a 20% sale on across my shop and have had it on for about a week now, just to try and clear a lot of stuff out. And that's been a good week. So yeah, things are moving. Things are moving along. But yeah, I've got too much stuff at present. Far too much stuff. And quite a lot of unlisted. But that I do need to keep on having stuff for the winter. Do need to keep on. Kirsten says, I found buying a van was my mistake. Too tempting to fill it at every auction. Okay, I'm puzzled by that. DBG has just been hidden by Carmel. Is there something happening? Have you got two people one name? Don't that, they bastards. I hate that. I hate it when they do that. It's okay, keep an eye out, chat. And if somebody says that's not me, then give them a thwack on the head. And if you get thwacked on the head accidentally, we apologize in advance. Okay. Lisa says, all these people who use their loft, is it boarded out and have loft ladder? I'm terrified to use a step ladder to get my loft. It is boarded out and there is an official loft ladder. It is safe to get in there. Although I am heavier than I ought to be for wandering up and down loft ladders. It is quite safe and it's boarded and electric, and I don't have to step from one rafter to another and mind I don't fall through. Carmel, I thought it was an odd question, which was why I just skimmed past it. I think it was a bit, it's very direct. And yeah, as Elaine says, you have to keep sourcing in case you miss that one massive bargain. That's it. It's fear of missing out. It's like a muzzy. I've never found a muzzy before at any price. And to find one today for £1, I'd have been gutted if I'd missed on that. So yeah, that's definitely. So you've always got to keep looking. Welsh Wonder says the maximum. But Pound Girl said how many. It's disappeared off my screen, but you've said something along the lines of how many listings do you think is ideal or something like that. How many listings do you like to have? And as Welsh Wonder said, the more the better. I'm on the fence. Part of me says sales are what you want, not just thousands of listings. And then part of me says, but the more you have listed, the more you will sell proportionately. I don't think I am, but thank you, Lex. Yeah, so obviously, the more, as a general proportion, the more you have listed, the more you will sell. And there is also the factor that keeping your account moving by adding stuff daily helps the sales come in as well. All of these things make a difference. So I'm on about 1100 currently, and I'm getting some nice steady sales. Touch wood, touch all the wood. I don't believe in touching wood, but yeah. So it will come to a point where the house is at capacity. I'd like to rent somewhere and get it all out of the house, but it's a big commitment, isn't it, to take on a rental for somewhere that isn't that money isn't going to increase your income. It's going to increase your peace of mind maybe and make your life a bit better, but it's not going to increase your income. So it's a big thing to consider. Okay. Okay, Peter, some people are saying in the chat that the word muzzy is used as a slang word for Muslim. I am certainly not using it in that context. If you are watching this and feeling that I am being derogatory towards Muslim people, I am not. I am using the word muzzy in relation to this language set. When I say I found a muzzy for £1, this is what I am talking about. I'm certainly not being derogatory towards anyone. I know that people use the word muzzy to refer to a baby's muslin blanket, and perhaps it has been hijacked and used in other ways. But if you are watching and you feel that that's what I'm doing, you are mistaken. That is certainly not my intention. It's going horribly wrong this morning, isn't it? Carmen says, Carlo, I think Brian jinxed the trap. So many trolls. Oh, dear. Scooby Shaggy says, Carla, you read books. Do you read the first book first to see if you like it, or do you buy the whole set in one go? It depends on what I see. I mean, it depends on if it's something that I'm sure I'll like, or that it may be if a new series by an author I've read before, I might buy a whole set if I see them. But genuinely, I tend to buy one and decide I like it, and then go and look for more in the same thing. I do not use the app, Kirsten, I have to say. Yeah, I was a bit puzzled, Lisa, about what was going on. I was a bit puzzled about what was happening. Somebody in the chat seemed to be offended, and I was like, don't think I said what you think I said. But there we go. Certainly no offense intended. Believe me, if I decide to be offensive, there will be no ambiguity about it. You will know that I am deliberately being offensive. There will be no, is she trying to be rude? I will be blatantly and obviously rude, and everyone will know. Okay. Just in case you're not aware, I will be observing the 2-minute silence at 11 o'clock. I've set an alarm on my phone to go off at 1 minute to 11 so that I can warn you guys that that's what will be happening. And yeah, I will be observing the 2-minute silence at 11 o'clock. I've also told my children that that's what I'm doing, just in case they come barging and go, Mum, why are you sitting there? Why are you sitting there not saying anything online? Adrian says, I'm on my own today. Wife's gone to bingo, so I'm thinking of doing my first live video after I do my other vids, but not sure. Go for it. Go for it, Brian. Yeah, for the mods, if any comments come in during that time, obviously, if they are standard comments from ordinary people who just haven't realised what's happening, then there is no need to delete those people. But obviously, if the mods would carry on working behind the scenes as they have done this morning, I would be grateful for that. It's been a very difficult morning, hasn't it? Oh, dear. If anybody's wondering, the chap over the road still seems to be holding on there. He's got carers going in regularly, but he still seems to be holding on. And I see the family going in, and they look quite cheerful. So that's quite positive. Chat's moving quickly, isn't it? But it will do, won't it? Do they come on a bus? Is that what happens? Does the troll bus go out and say, look, there's a live stream happening, let's go get them? Is that what happens? You have you have missed the car boot haul, Lisa. It was only small. I don't think I want to come and do any filming later, Chris. Plainly, the way my day's going, I'm going to be a loony magnet today. I've probably offended people now as well by using the word loony. You can't win, can you? I don't know. NASA Engineer David 48. Hi, Carla. Hi, NASA Engineer David 48. That's a long name. Brian says, gee, this sure makes me want to make YouTube videos. It's not always like this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here. If it was always, if it had been like this from the beginning, I'd have been like, no, I don't think I'll bother. Karen says, I love the idea of all these sad trolls and stinky white funds grunting like Beavis and Butthead. Used to love Beavis and Butthead. Literally, that was pretty much the entire program, wasn't it? Half an hour of two cartoon people going, meh, meh. Bye, Chris. Hope it all goes well for you today. He said wiener. Beavis and Butthead. Is it still on? I expect it's still on at like 2 a.m. on one of the channels somewhere, isn't it? Lobster Pot says, Karen, that's a grim picture. Okay. Am I sick of Reese's yet? Never. Never sick of Reese's. Somebody gave Chelsea Rooney, Chelsea Rooney's partner or husband or whatever he is, gave her a Reese's bar. She put this on Instagram. She was, look, he's not all bad. Look, he's got me. There was a Hershey's and a Reese's and a Galaxy bar. He's not all bad. Look, he's got. I was like, why is he giving you my Reese's? I'm astonished by the fact that he's given you my Reese's. All the Reese's in the world, mine. All mine. Brian, I would not be surprised if that was true. And there has been, look out for Beavis and Butthead cards. They sell loads. What kind of cards? Like playing cards, or what kind of cards would that be? Karen says it used to be her come home from the pub program to watch. Yeah, what kind of cards, Andrea? I'm lost. Lisa used to have a T-shirt, and that's probably worth money now. I'm not in Australia, Billy. So I've gone quiet now. I'm not even doing my 2 minute silence yet, and I'm just sitting here quiet reading the chat. So I'm out this afternoon. I've got to tidy up some of this stuff as usual. The usual things apply. Like Pokemon football cards. Oh, I see. There's Beavis and Butthead collector's cards. I did not know that. Yeah, some tidying up required, as usual. Find somewhere for all this stuff to hide until I get round to listing it. Try those blue boots on. That's my alarm to tell me that it's now 1 minute before 11 o'clock. So, how many bags of clothing to process? I've got 2 sacks from you. I got another 6 sacks yesterday. It won't shut up. My flipping alarm wouldn't go off. It'd probably go off again in a minute. Yeah, 2 sacks of clothing from yesterday to still sort through. And then, I do remember Garbage Pail Kids, Lex. Yeah. 2 sacks of clothing, some stuff to put away. I'm out this afternoon. And yeah, that's my plan. So it is just before 11 o'clock. I will be observing the 2 minute silence. I will not be standing because I literally have no room to stand. And plus, if I stand, then all that will be on the screen will be the center part of my body, which I think will be odd. However, I will be observing the 2 minute silence. You are invited to join with me. And this is just a moment to, 2 minutes to respect our fallen. Thank you, everybody, for enabling me to go ahead with that. And thank you to all the moderators who dealt with everyone who needed dealing with in the chat. So I am not going to show you the contents of my sacks for very good reasons. One is that they are over there and I am over here and there is no space between us. And two is that I don't really have time. I've got about 15 minutes left before I kind of need to swan off and do other things. So I don't really have time. However, they're not as exciting as previous sacks. They were good sacks. I'm pleased with the contents of the sacks, but there's no dancy up and downy, oh my God, here's £1 million item. There was one very nice item, which I've already pre-bagged into one of these other bags, which was no, Brian, there is no mod hazard pay. A dress by a company called OAHC, I think they are. I've forgotten it now. As fast as I remember it, I forget it. And I've bagged it, so I can't find it. And when I looked up this brand, because I had never heard of it, I discovered that they are a menswear brand that OAMC. It's OAMC. They're a menswear brand, and they are extremely expensive. You know, a coat is over £2,000, and yet I can't find much evidence of them doing ladies' clothing. They do some ladies' clothing, but I haven't found any dresses. So I'm puzzled now as to whether the dress that I've got is a fake for that brand, and if so, why would they fake something that brand don't make? Does that make any sense? Is that a sensible sentence? Or is it just that I can't find much reference to dresses online? Very odd. It's not a man dress, no, although I might send it to Nick Hills. Lisa says, have you sold much from the previous sacks? The stuff from the sacks I started to sell. In fairness, I haven't listed an awful lot of it. Oh, my chat's just gone very odd. Everything disappeared apart from the little emoticons. That was unusual. Chandra says the gun club down the road will stop for the 2 minutes and then start it again. It gives you chills. What always makes me think, what always gives me chills is the fact that the armistice was decided and the time was set for it sometime before 11 a.m. And right up until 11 a.m. the war continued and people continued to die. And the idea to me that somebody said, right, okay, we're going to stop and we're going to stop at this time, which means that all the deaths that happened in that interval between the decision to stop and 11 o'clock were in some way even more wasteful than all the previous ones. And every life has its own enormous amount of merit. There is no life that is worth more than another or less than another. And there is no sacrifice that can be greater than one or the other. But to decide to stop and then have a period of time in between the decision to stop and the actual stop is mind-blowing. Absolutely. Thank you, Carrie. That's really appreciated. Thank you very much. That's just mind-blowing to me. And it's something I hadn't considered before until I read it somewhere and thought, oh my goodness, yes, that's a fact. That's a horrible, horrible fact. I've lost my train of thought now. I really do appreciate everyone who is modding for me this morning, by the way. You are definitely working like triple overtime, so I really do appreciate it. This dress, sorry, I've gone off at a tangent again. This dress, I don't know whether it's worth fortune. Have I sold stuff out the bags? That's what I was saying. I guess so, Paula. Yeah. Yes, stuff has started selling from the bags. Obviously, there's an awful lot that I haven't yet listed from the bags, but the stuff that I have listed is started to sell. I have sold the All Achilles shoes. They went for £55. Last night I sold the 9 West boots. They went for £31. The Peruvian Connection jumper went for £55. I've sold a couple of the coats at £20 or £30 each. The bags have more than paid for themselves already. I picked up another 6 bags yesterday for £40. So yeah, the bags are absolutely paying for themselves, and it's that kind of. I've spoken to a couple of ladies and said it's a bit like the magical porridge pot. It's a gift that keeps on giving, and I don't want to cut off the source because I'm so grateful that this source has come up and that I'm doing so well out of it. However, one of the issues with not cutting off the source is that the flood keeps coming and I'm running out of space to store the flood. I'm selling some of it on. I've had a customer who's in the chat now, actually, funny enough, who's had some of it. And certainly if anybody else is interested in buying bundles, then do let me know, because I'm not sending out bundles of stuff that I wouldn't be prepared to sell myself. It's just that I don't have the space. I don't have unlimited space here. It's not a very big house, funnily enough. I wish it was. I might just go down and store it all down at Caroline's. Just turn up at Caroline's with a van full and say, look after this for me, love. I think she's gone, so she won't hear me say that. Brian's off to get on his flight, I think. Was it Brian who said goodbye? Somebody said goodbye. Oh, no, sorry. Mags said goodbye. Goodbye, Mags. Mags is off to work. DBG showing off there's no mod bonus. Lex, what have you retracted? I'm confused. Can we start grilling newcomers to the chat as to what their intentions are? like you do when somebody brings a boyfriend home or a girlfriend home. What are your intentions towards my child? Lex says, don't mention mystery boxes long. No, we won't stir in that pot up. Good morning, Jason. Lex just hit a wrong button. Peter A's off. Have a lovely day, Peter. So yeah, I've got to tidy up as usual, all the usual stuff. Tidy up. Need to put some. Lisa says Lex was really, really rude. That would not surprise me. Lex, when are you coming to stay? I thought it was this weekend, but you're not here. Unless you are here, I just haven't noticed. Lex, are you in my house? Lisa said she was so shocked she fell off a chair. I don't believe that, Lisa. I don't think you're easily shockable. Lisa says the thing is YouTube shows you as live on the homepage, encourages you to join random lives. It's strange, isn't it? People are odd. People are very, very odd. Paula says maybe we redonate to another charity shop cheaper. I have done that. I have taken a couple of sacks and put them into the local clothing bank of things that I would not resell. And if I don't feel they're worth reselling myself personally, then I wouldn't sell them to you guys to resell. Do you see what I mean? I've done some bundles of resellable items, but there's always going to be grades, isn't there? There's going to be not enough money in that to make it worth reselling on eBay. Enough money to make it worth reselling on eBay, but I don't know if I can be bothered with it. Enough money to make it reselling on eBay, but I haven't got anywhere to bloody store it. And oh yes, I look forward to selling that myself. That's kind of where I'm going. Oh, the weekend after Amsterdam. I don't know what date that is, Lex. I do not know the date. No, I don't mind at all, Tat Doctor. Not in the slightest. I don't know if they have charity shops and thrift shops in Amsterdam. I've never been to Holland, so I don't really know what the... I presume everywhere has their own brand of charity shops and things, don't they? Don't they? Every country has that kind of thing? I don't know. Lisa says, I want to know what thrift stores, charity shops are called in France. I don't know. I know that people go to the... I was going to say a banquette, but that's a kind of a padded bench seat, isn't it? A banquette. What's it called? The Celtic traders go all the time, don't they? To the outdoor sales. It's like a car boot sale. And it begins with a B. It's not a banquette. That's a padded bench seat. Somebody will know in the chat. Lex is not intending to go thrifting, I don't think. I think she's intending to go and getting absolutely wasted. Brocante, thank you. Not a banquette, a brocante. Banquette, baguette. I knew it was something with a B in it and some T's. Karen says she's off food shopping in a bit. May have to pop into my favourite charity shop after to see if I can pick up another mother load of cashmere. I did get a nice cashmere jumper in one of these bags yesterday. It's bagged up somewhere else now. Brocante's markets or shops. I believe they're outdoor markets. I believe they're similar to our car boot sales. Although there seems to be an awful lot of vintage stuff. So maybe it's a bit more like our like flea markets, maybe. Phone on Bruce says it will now always be a banquette to me. You know when your brain will just not produce the right word, even though you know it's in there somewhere. So yeah, I need to put the stuff away. I keep saying this, don't I? Keep looking around saying I need to put the stuff away. But I do need to put the stuff away. I'm not going to get any drafts done, so I might get some tonight. I'm hoping to be back. I'm out this afternoon, but I'm hoping to be back in time for I nearly said Chris and Andrea. She's not married to Chris, she's married to Nick. Nick and Andrea's live stream tonight because they're opening a little present I sent them. So I'm hoping to be back in time for that. I missed Nick's live stream yesterday. He was live streaming while he was listing. I don't think he actually achieved much, but I'm sure he had fun doing it. But I was sat in KFC looking at a guy who looked exactly like Future Zahir, sort of older and a bit crosser. And I was like, I'm sure that's Zahir in 20 years' time. I thought I'd stepped into the future. Why are we talking about giant willies? Lisa Tatseeker said, I've been to Amsterdam twice and sat on a giant willy in the Sex Museum. Well, there you go then. That's what I did on my holidays, an essay by Lisa. Brian says, geez Louise, we should have counted the spammers. Has to be a record. I think we've possibly been outnumbered by trolls this morning. So well done, trolls. You've done us proud. Congratulations on possibly the least appropriate day. You've done brilliantly. I'm so pleased with you. Thank you. Rebecca Turner says there are second-hand shops in France which are called that B word, Carla. Yeah, the brocante. I spent too much time in childhood looking for milk germs. Lisa says my mum wants to go to Amsterdam. I've tried to warn her off. These guys are speedy spanners, mind. They are very, very speeders. It's very, very speedy. I can't speak. I sure want to get Natalie out of bed, really, as well. You know, it's 11:15. She's losing her day. She hates that when people say to her, "You've wasted the day." I haven't wasted my day. I've spent my day exactly how I wanted to spend my day. I've had no ka-ching. You know that thing where I'm supposed to get a ka-ching every time I go live? That does not seem to have worked today. Doesn't seem to have happened. Mandy says, I'm still traumatized after my 2 visits to Amsterdam. Bloody eye-opening. I'm hoping we don't get any more rain. Pardon me, I've got hiccups. I'm hoping we don't get any more rain because I had a leak over my desk. I sat here the other night and I was like, felt another drip, looked up and the ceiling, the roof was leaking right above me. So I'm hoping the rain holds off until I can get somebody out to look at the tiles. Lex says she's flying from Cardiff. It takes 50 minutes. You're like, by the time you've listened to the flipping safety regulations, it'll be time to get back off again. Dave's only had 2 sales this weekend and neither of them paid. I do hate it when they don't pay. Bloody annoying when they don't pay. Well, it's a council house, Mandy, so luckily any expensive repairs will not be my responsibility, thank goodness. But yeah, like I said, I sat here and it just started dripping. It happened last year and it's the same spot. And a chap came out and he got up a ladder and he said, oh, there's just a couple of loose tiles. I've sorted them out for you. And I was like, either they've got loose again or you didn't sort them out properly. These are my 2 options. Luckily, it is not in the bit of the loft where the stock is stored. The roof goes down at a kind of an angle and it's under the angle, if that makes any sense. Karen sold a salad spinner, another space on grandma's shelf. Is there money in salad spinners, Karen? Was it like an antique vintage salad spinner? Well done. So what are you going to put on grandma's shelf next then? Whenever you say grandma's shelf, I envisage a little row of grandmas all sitting up on a shelf knitting in their slippers. Yeah, so you need to put something in that space now. Brian says maybe this is a Twilight Zone and we're the trolls and they're the normies. Maybe. The mind boggles, doesn't it? I don't think when you go back you can't actually do a count, but it's a shame because we should have had a little bit of a tally and seen how many we'd managed. It was hideous 70, sold at £14. Need to buy something. Buy a little grandma. One of those little China grandmas that sits on a bench with a bunch of balloons, and then you can put a grandma on your grandma shelf. Welsh Wonder says every time I get back from posting, the wife gets another ka-ching. I need to assemble a bucket load of Hermes. Oh yeah, if Andrew says, an old woman holding up a plank as a shelf. That's an excellent thing for grandma's shelf. I don't know, Lisa. It's astonishing, isn't it? It's very difficult, obviously. Right, it's been an hour. I would like to thank you all for joining me. There are 80 people watching. I am sure at least 20 of them are genuine people. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much to today's mods. You have been amazing. You have absolutely gone over and above the call of duty. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Steve, I'm just leaving, mate. I'm sorry. Hi, Steve, and bye, Steve. Anyone watching back, you will wonder what on earth's gone on, because the trolls do not show in the top chat afterwards. But it has been an amazing day. It's been fantastic. I've been, like I said, I've enjoyed spending time with you. Thank you for observing the 2-minute silence with me. I very much appreciate that. There was absolutely no comments in the chat during those 2 minutes apart from trolls. So thank you so much. You've done fantastic. I'm really pleased with that. And I hope you all have a lovely Sunday. I will hopefully see some of you guys tonight in Nick and Andrea's chat. Have a great week. And I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now. Do I want to end stream? Yes. Why is it when you click end stream, it checks if you're sure? Yes, I want to end stream. Bye.